Hey, it's Michael Saul with the Stock Market Trading Watch List for Wednesday, November 23rd, 2011. Let's take a look at some indexes and some stocks. It was a pause day for the most part on Tuesday. You can see here the S&P broke Monday's low, then hooked back up, stalled out midday, couldn't get really much of a bounce going. And volume pulled in on both the NASDAQ and the NYSE. And then right after the close, there was an announcement that U.S. banks were going to face a stress test. To see if they could handle a ramp up in the European debt crisis or something like that. It tanked the futures back down towards the lows, and then Karl Rove, I believe, came out. He said there was no big deal, and then later on, I'm doing this at like 10 minutes to 1 in the morning on the 23rd, but then later on, China, they announced a preliminary PMI survey, said factory work was down or production was down. The worst in 32 months. And I'm sorry if I sound a little just like sketchy on the details, but there's plenty of news sources. Bloomberg.com is what I like to read, or MarketWatch.com. So, you can get the real story in case I'm screwing up the numbers. So the point is, as I'm doing this right now, the futures are down about 14 points, the S&P futures. There seems to be pressure on the market here. So my thoughts about getting a bounce into Thanksgiving remain to be seen here. I'm still neutral because we didn't tank out right from here. And I'm going to be watching to see if we can get a bounce into Thursday. But, Wednesday is usually, the Wednesday meaning the day before Thanksgiving, not every Wednesday, is usually a lame day. It usually quiets down as people start the holiday early. And then, of course, Friday we have the half day, which is, has a bullish tendency because it's a half day holiday. But you can't put a lot of meaning into it, all right, because it's not going to be a full day. So right now we're at support. I'm still, the song remains the same, to quote Robert Plant, right? I'm still watching. If we get a bounce up on good volume, I'll flip back. If we get a bounce up on lame volume, then I'm going to be watching for shorts. And, I'm using this candle saying we can get a bounce from here, but obviously if we gap down, I'll be watching this 1158 and somewhere in between here. And if we can get a bounce there, like I said, I'm going to be watching the volume very carefully, because volume that backs up the move, that backs up the bounce, that's bullish, and volume that doesn't or that wanes as we're bouncing, that's going to set up something else, in my opinion. It's a set up further downside here. So, that's really it. NASDAQ 100, you can see NASDAQ volume, like I said, pulled in. And when I talk about NASDAQ volume, I use it on the composite. Even though I'm looking at the NASDAQ 100, it's like the NYSE volume I use even though I'm looking at the S&P 500, okay? You can see the NASDAQ 100 pause day. Has a gap here. That would be first resistance, but this isn't a nice move here. So if we're going to come up and the volume is going to be lame, then to me it looks like we could head lower from that if that were to occur. I mean, we still have to wait and see here. Russell closed outside of the 50-day. Not nice. Not nice. Semiconductors into support. See what it does here. Got support lower down here at 347. Banks. Banks are going to be news sensitive. Continue to be news sensitive here, and they're still dripping lower. I mean, this is more bearish than a real big spike down, because the big spike downs, they can get the volatility reversion pushes, right? I talked about that yesterday. So just, this creeping action down, just not really that nice. Bank of America, just looking like it wants to test this low here. Maybe even get below $5. But, that seems to be a level that triggers maybe some bargain hunters. So, that's the beauty of of this market being so volatile here. I mean, right now we're creeping, and it's like, hey, we just can't get any bounce. We're just creeping lower. Then all of a sudden there could be some news, or somebody could come out and think, hey, the financials, they're the greatest buy ever here or something, and then we can get some volatility to the upside here. All right, here's JP Morgan, here's Citigroup. All right, not going to go through everything tonight because it was like a lame day. See cyclicals below. They're 50-day now. So got to see if it sticks or if we get a bounce. Okay, gold had an okay day. GLD up 1.1%. Silver up 1%. Back inside this channel. This is SLV I'm using. Okay, I'm not using the actual commodity. All right. And you can see we have these moving averages here. Watch them as potential resistance. OIL trying here to get out of this consolidation. Got a couple of the glamours. Apple had a bounce. Didn't quite get to the 200-day, but watch these moving averages. All right, could be resistance on a test. Amazon had a nice little reversal there, but you know, got resistance right here at 197.11. Got the 200-day. Google, more of a pause day than anything. RIM headed towards 15 still. I'm watching this one. All right, so he wanted me to take a quick look at U.S. Steel. And by the way, if you have any suggestions, please send them in. Usually what I do is I throw a couple of different stocks in the mix, looking at them. But since it's a holiday week, I'm just really going with a standard basket of stocks. But if you have any ones that you want me to look at, as long as they're not penny stocks or real low volume stocks, just send them to me and I will analyze them for you. Okay, not advice. Make sure you read the disclaimers. I just go over the technical view on them. You see, U.S. Steel has this pause. NUS we looked at yesterday as he tried to bounce, but just lame. Lame. Could not get very far. All right, so that's it. It's a short video tonight because of the pause days, and we want to see how this China news and the bank stress test news all comes in with the dynamic of the pre-holiday trading. All right, yeah, there is usually a tendency to trade up pre-holidays, but it's not like a sure thing, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a tendency; it would be called a sure thing. But I am going to be watching weakness to see if they can catch a bid, maybe make it a good Thanksgiving at least for a few hours. All right, I want to wish everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving, even if you're not celebrating. If you're not, then it's a wonderful day off. Get a chance to refresh the brain, recharge the batteries. But I have a lot of things to be thankful for. I have a beautiful family. I have all you folks watching my videos and reading my emails and my blog. So the next video will be for Friday, and it'll probably be a short and sweet one. And then I'll do another full-length video over the weekend. Once again, have a great Thanksgiving. Talk to everybody again soon.